We open with Megan, the protagonist of the film, in her seemingly perfect teenage life. She's a high school cheerleader with a good-looking boyfriend, surrounded by a supportive group of friends. Megan seems to fit right into the mold of what people expect from her, but from the very first moments, they get subtle hints that something's off. Megan, while doing cheerleading routines, doesn't seem entirely focused. In fact, she seems a bit detached from the bubbly cheerleader image, lost in her thoughts about other girls on the team. Megan's friends and family, her parents and her boyfriend Jared, start to notice that she might be different. She doesn't seem overly interested in kissing Jared. Her bedroom is adorned with images of girls, which is seen as a warning sign to her peers. They also comment on her being a vegetarian, as if it's another clue that she might not fit into the norm they expect. Things escalate when Megan is ambushed by her parents, boyfriend, and friends. They have arranged an intervention, accusing her of being a lesbian. Megan is utterly confused, unaware that her behavior is raising red flags in their conservative worldview. Her parents believe she's exhibiting homosexual tendencies, and without much choice, they decide to send her to a conversion therapy camp called True Directions, hoping to set her straight, literally. Now, Megan is still in denial. She doesn't believe she's gay and is genuinely perplexed about why she's being sent away. But she agrees to attend the camp, partly to appease everyone and partly because she's still figuring things out herself. When Megan arrives at True Directions, we see that the place is absolutely absurd. It's a parody of ultra-conservative gender roles, with boys dressed in blue and doing stereotypical masculine tasks like chopping wood, while girls wear pink and focus on activities like cleaning or flower arranging. The camp is run by the strict and somewhat over-the-top Mary Brown, who is determined to cure these teenagers of their homosexuality. She is a fanatical believer in strict gender roles and has designed a 5-step program to convert everyone to heterosexuality. Megan meets the other teens at the camp, each of them unique and struggling with their own identity issues. There's Graham, a rebellious and confident girl who has no interest in the camp's agenda. From the beginning, she clashes with the camp's structure and openly resists the idea that she needs to change. Sinead is a quirky, hyper-religious girl who is determined to be cured, and Joel, a shy guy who tries hard to follow the program but clearly doesn't fit into the stereotypical masculine ideal the camp is pushing. Joel, a punkish guy, is probably the most unapologetically gay of the group. And Jan is a girl whose androgynous appearance makes everyone assume she's gay, even though she insists she's straight. At first, Megan is committed to the program, believing that if she just follows the steps, she'll be fixed and can go back to her normal life. But the more time she spends at the camp, the more she begins to question herself. She starts to bond with Graham, and the two of them have a queer connection. Graham, unlike Megan, doesn't feel ashamed of who she is, and her confidence begins to have an effect on Megan. The camp's program is ridiculous in its efforts to enforce traditional gender roles. The girls are taught how to act like proper women by learning how to cook, clean, and perform household chores, while the boys are taught things like fixing cars and playing sports. There are even lessons where the teens have to simulate heterosexual romantic activities, like fake dating scenarios, to practice being normal. The humor here is over the top, but it points out the absurdity of these rigid definitions of gender and sexuality. As the story progresses, Megan becomes more and more conflicted. She starts to develop romantic feelings for Graham, which makes her question everything she believed about herself. One key scene comes when they sneak out to meet two former camp members, Larry and Lloyd, a gay couple who were once in the program but now live together openly. They give the teens a place where they can feel accepted, and it's a turning point for Megan, who starts to realize that maybe there's nothing wrong with her after all. However, True Directions ramps up its efforts to fix the teens, with Mary Brown and her stepson Rocky enforcing harsher rules. Rock is hilariously, obviously gay, but remains closeted and in denial. Megan's growing relationship with Graham starts to cause friction, and they have moments of tension as they navigate their feelings. While Graham is more resigned to the fact that she's gay and is only at the camp to appease her rich father, Megan still wrestles with the idea that she might be gay and what that means for her future. Megan's journey is really about self-acceptance. In one pivotal scene, she's forced to participate in a graduation ceremony from the program, where she's supposed to declare her straightness to everyone. By this point, she's fully realized her true feelings. Instead of pretending to be something she's not, Megan makes a bold declaration of love for Graham, who is still afraid to fully come out and rebel against the expectations placed on her. The camp, of course, reacts negatively to Megan's confession. She's kicked out, but not before making a dramatic stand for her own truth. Megan is heartbroken when Graham doesn't leave with her. Graham is still scared of the consequences of being openly gay and is worried about losing her family's support. Determined not to give up on the girl she loves, Megan returns for one final, heartfelt gesture. In a true rom-com style moment, she crashes the camp's graduation ceremony, where Graham is about to falsely declare her straightness. Dressed in her cheerleading uniform, Megan performs a cheer routine to profess her love for Graham, right in front of everyone. The gesture is both hilarious and touching, blending the campy tone of the film with a genuinely emotional moment. It works. Graham finally admits her feelings for Megan, and the two leave through eruptions together, choosing to live authentically rather than conform to the narrow boxes that society and their families have tried to put them in. The movie ends on a hopeful note. Megan and Graham leave the camp together, embracing their relationship and rejecting the idea that they need to change who they are. There's a sense of liberation as they drive off, having found the courage to be themselves in a world that constantly tries to make them conform. But I'm a Cheerleader is both a satire and a heartfelt coming-of-age story about identity, love, and the ridiculous length society can go to in trying to enforce traditional gender roles and norms. Megan's journey from confusion to self-acceptance is filled with humor, but it's also deeply touching as she learns to love herself and find happiness on her own terms. The film's bright, exaggerated visuals, combined with its campy tone, highlight the absurdity of the conversion therapy program and the societal expectations placed on the teams. Despite the serious subject matter, the movie maintains a playful, irreverent tone throughout, using humor to critique the pressures of conformity and the harmful effects of trying to change someone's fundamental identity. In the end, the film is a celebration of being true to yourself, no matter what society expects or demands, and finding love and acceptance in who you really are. What are your thoughts on the movie? Have you seen it? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more recaps of thought-provoking films. See you next time.